any advice that you have for people?
My best advice after this long being a vet is get the pet insurance.
That's what I say. I'm a broken record about that.
Yeah.
That's
It's just
all
like it takes out so much stress for owners for decision making with their pets, and it takes the financial burden way off if it's a major emergency, and worth it. Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't believe. Okay, so it's so funny. I'm literally a broken record about that.
Yeah.
Like, people don't want to hear it.
Especially any dog, but especially the high risk breeds like German Shepherds, Bulldogs, French Bulldogs. I mean,
some breeds, it's just like Russian roulette. Do you have the ability to do that kind of damage control?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the owners that do come in with insurance, just their stress levels low on making decisions. They
do whatever you need.
You recommend a diagnostic, they just do it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a new thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to be honest, like when I was a kid, we didn't have that. So
getting more popular, and the plans are getting better for the pets. So
I think people are catching on to how important that is. That's one piece of advice you'd have.
Yeah. And then since I'm more of a general practice, we preach a lot more preventive medicine, where Melinda sees kind of the disasters more, or Dr. Lopez sees the disasters. And but yeah, like using the flea and tick and heartworm prevention every month, because these diseases that we can prevent, it's a small cost compared to what it'll cost financially to treat, and the risks and damage that can be done to the pets from these diseases. So vaccinations being the same thing, like leptospirosis, rabies, parvo, all these are pretty easy preventable diseases now, which is great. And so I think just getting them in and taking care of that every year, even though it can be a little bit of a burden, getting them in is important.
Okay, so you work in general practice, so you do a lot more preventative stuff. And I work in emergency, where I just see things at kind of the end stage, or after the accident or emergencies happen. But at the end of the day, we both have the exact same messages.
Yeah.
And one is like, I spend so much of my time talking about the importance of having good medical insurance. And okay, part of the reason I made this is because people are always just like ambushing me everywhere I go, trying to ask their questions. I was like, okay, well, maybe if I make a time where they can come, then I won't feel like it's so But there's like a whole subsegment of people that approach me in public when I'm doing my thing, not working, to like rant and argue with me about insurance. So like they have some opinion about it, and they just like want to like tell me about it, or like tell me their bad experience or why it was a rip-off. And I'm like, okay, that's great. There's a lot of different companies, so do your research.
Yeah, we give like we have a little puppy packet we give to new owners, and it has information about the vaccines, the flea and tick and all that, but also a comparative page that compares the different insurances and what they include and don't include. So you can get it online. Like I think it was on DVM 360, a magazine. So we just printed it from there so that people could make an educated decision on it too.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
But I'm always just like, okay, that's great. Like you have like your one story, and usually it's because they had unrealistic expectations of their insurance, right? Like it's not your oil changes and patients and stuff like that. But I have thousands and thousands of instances of having it or not having it, basically making a life or death decision. Yeah. Being a day saver or a day ruiner. Yeah. I'm like, thanks for your opinion. Like I hear you, but and then so prevention is like, I want to say almost half of the emergencies I see could have been completely avoided altogether. Yeah. If people knew about the ways to avoid them, and that's either preventative care or knowing about the dangers, or purchasing a pet from somebody who maybe didn't make it all that responsibly, to be honest. It's manufacturing, just like any other industry. It's not regulated or controlled, and there's no oversight. So there's really no one enforcing people manufacturing pets to do that safely or properly.
You got to try to do as much of your own research as you can, and talk to your veterinarian that you're going to use, before you get a pet, so that they can help you make that decision too, I think is important. So then you can go into it asking the right questions of the breeders too.
I also want to know, what's your favorite animal?
Probably a wolf.
Oh, cool.
How about you?
Honestly, I love them all. I would have said horses for like so long. But lately, I'm all into endangered species, and it kills me that all of the animals are dying. And so I love elephants and rhinos and orcas and salmon and butterflies and like bees and stuff like that. I guess we already went over your best advice. Okay, cool. Okay, well, I think that's good. Thank you so much for joining us.
Sure. That was a lot of fun.
You are the best.
Snoozing.
Lucky.
Puppies are fun.
You should come back another time, okay?
Sure, anytime.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.